Why do you feel anxious, even when nothing is technically wrong? Why does your mind race at 2 a.m., replaying conversations, fearing futures that haven't happened, and worrying about things you cannot change? You are not weak. You are not broken. You are simply living in a way that goes against your own nature. More than 2,500 years ago, a Chinese philosopher named Lao Tzu, the father of Taoism, understood something that modern psychology is only beginning to confirm. He understood that anxiety is not a disease. It is a disconnection from the present, from stillness, from the natural flow of life itself. And he left behind 8 rules, 8 principles so simple, yet so profound, that they have the power to quiet the anxiety that no medication, no distraction, and no amount of scrolling has ever truly cured. Stay until Rule 6, because it will completely change the way you see the thoughts that have been quietly stealing your peace all along. Rule number 1. Stop fighting what you cannot control. Most anxiety does not come from your problems. It comes from your resistance to them. You fight the traffic. You fight other people's opinions. You fight the outcome. You fight reality itself. And reality always wins. Lao Tzu called this the principle of Wu Wei, non-resistance, not weakness, not giving up, but the deep wisdom of knowing what is yours to change and what is yours to release. Think of water. It never fights the rock. It simply flows around it. And yet, over time, water shapes everything. Your anxiety is not caused by the world. It is caused by your war against it. Let go of the fight. Begin the flow. Rule number 2. Live in this moment, not in your mind. Here is the truth about anxiety. It almost never lives in the present moment. It lives in tomorrow, in next week, in the conversation that hasn't happened yet, in the failure that may never come. Your mind creates futures that don't exist, and then panics inside them. Lao Tzu taught that the present moment is not just where life happens. It is the only place life ever happens. Taoism calls this returning to the present, not as a practice, but as a way of being. The next time anxiety rises, ask yourself one simple question. Is this happening right now, or am I simply imagining it? Most of your suffering is happening in a place that doesn't exist yet. Rule number 3. Let go of who you think you should be. There is a version of you that exists only in your mind. The version that should be further ahead, should be more successful, should be more disciplined, should have figured it all out by now. And every single day, you measure yourself against that imaginary person. And every single day, you fall short. That gap between who you are and who you think you should be is one of the deepest roots of anxiety. Lao Tzu taught that true peace begins when you stop performing and start returning to your authentic nature. Taoism calls this Pu, the uncarved block, your original self. Before the world told you who to become, you were never broken. You were just buried. Rule number 4. Stop chasing. Start attracting. Think about what anxiety does to you when you want something deeply. You obsess over it. You force it. You check, refresh, overthink, and overplan. You chase it so desperately that you end up pushing it even further away. This is the paradox Lao Tzu warned about. The harder you grip, the more you lose. The more you force, the more you block. Taoism teaches that the Tao, the natural flow of life, does not chase. It attracts. Like a deep river that never runs after the ocean. It simply flows, and the ocean receives it. Desperation is not drive. It is noise. And noise repels the very things you are trying to build. Calm your mind. Trust the current. What is meant for you will not pass you by. Rule number 5. Empty your mind of noise. You are not anxious because your life is difficult. You are anxious because your mind is full of opinions that aren't yours, full of fears you've absorbed from others, full of noise disguised as thought. The modern world profits from your distraction. Every notification, every headline, every scroll, they are not informing you. They are crowding your mind. Lao Tzu said, "To the mind that is still, the whole universe surrenders." Stillness is not emptiness. It is clarity. It is the moment you finally hear yourself think above the noise the world has planted inside you. You cannot find peace in a cluttered mind, just as you cannot see your reflection in disturbed water. Stillness is not doing nothing. It is returning to everything. Rule number 6. Accept that uncertainty is the natural order. Here is the thought that is quietly destroying your peace. The belief that life is supposed to be certain, supposed to be predictable, supposed to follow the plan you carefully built inside your head. But it never does, and it never will. Lao Tzu taught that uncertainty is not a problem waiting to be solved. It is the very nature of existence itself. The seasons don't ask permission to change. The river doesn't apologize for changing its course. Life moves, it transforms, it surprises. Your anxiety does not come from uncertainty. It comes from your refusal to accept it. You were never promised certainty. You were given something far greater: the ability to adapt. Stop waiting for life to become predictable. Start becoming someone who no longer needs it to be. Rule number 7. Speak less. Observe more. Most anxious minds share one common habit. They never stop talking. Not out loud, but inside. A constant internal commentary runs from the moment you wake up to the moment you finally drift off to sleep. Analyzing, judging, replanning, rehearsing, defending, explaining to people who aren't even in the room. Lao Tzu said, "Those who know do not speak. Those who speak do not know." This was not about silence for its own sake. It was about the profound wisdom of observation over reaction, of watching life instead of constantly narrating it. Every time you pause before reacting, you reclaim your power. Every time you choose stillness over noise, anxiety loses its grip. The quieter you become, the more clearly you can hear what truly matters. Rule number 8. Trust the flow of your life. You have survived every difficult moment life has thrown at you. Every setback, every loss, every night you were convinced you wouldn't make it through. And yet, here you are. Still breathing, still moving, still becoming. Lao Tzu believed that life carries its own deep intelligence, that the Tao, the great flow of existence, is always moving toward balance, always correcting, always guiding, not loudly, not obviously, but constantly. Anxiety tells you that you must control everything, or everything will fall apart. Taoism answers with something far more powerful: trust. Not blind trust, not passive surrender, but the quiet, unshakable knowing that life knows the way, even when you don't. You don't have to figure it all out. You just have to keep flowing. So, how do you begin living these 8 rules? Start here, start small, start today. 1. Stop explaining yourself to everyone who questions your peace. 2. Breathe before you react, every single time. 3. Let go of what is not yours to carry. 4. Spend 5 minutes each day in complete silence. No phone, no noise, just you. 5. Remind yourself every day: the river always finds its way to the ocean. These are not complicated practices. They are quiet decisions, made moment by moment, day by day. Anxiety is not a life sentence. It is a signal. A signal that you have drifted too far from your own nature, from stillness, from presence, from trust. Lao Tzu didn't promise a life without difficulty. He promised something far more valuable, a life that is no longer destroyed by it. Because here is the final truth. Peace is not the absence of chaos. Peace is the decision to stop fighting it. You cannot silence the world, but you can return to your own stillness. You cannot control what comes, but you can choose to trust the way you move through it. Anxiety tells you that you are not enough. Taoism whispers something different. You were always enough. You just forgot how to be still enough to hear it. If you want more ancient wisdom, timeless philosophy, and deep psychological insights that can genuinely change the way you think, feel, and live, subscribe now. Because a calmer mind is not something that simply happens to you. It is something you choose.